The marina in Clearwater, Florida, was unusually tense that morning. A sleek 38-foot luxury sailboat sat motionless at the dock, its polished white surface mocking everyone who had tried and failed to fix it. The owner, Veronica Hale, a successful real estate investor known for her sharp confidence, had already spent weeks dealing with the problem. The boat ran perfectly for a short distance, then shut down without warning. 30 certified experts, marine engineers, electricians, software technicians, and mechanics had examined it. Every test came back clean. Every solution failed. Veronica's patience was gone. She paced the dock in designer shoes, her voice cutting through the salty air. She openly mocked the professionals who stood nearby, avoiding her gaze. In her mind, intelligence was proven by titles, uniforms, and expensive tools, and none of it had helped her so far. That afternoon, her teenage son Ethan arrived with his father, Daniel Brooks. Daniel didn't belong to Veronica's world anymore. He was a poor dad by comparison, a man who worked long hours as a night security guard and fixed small engines from a cramped garage to make ends meet. His clothes were simple, his hands rough, his presence easy to overlook. Ethan, however, trusted him more than anyone. Daniel listened quietly as Veronica complained, not interrupting once. When she finally noticed him, her frustration turned into sarcasm. "And what are you doing here?" she asked coldly. Then, with a humorless laugh, she added, "If you're so smart, then fix my boat." A few people nearby smirked. Daniel didn't react. He only asked one question, calm and respectful. "May I take a look?" Once aboard, he didn't rush to open panels or connect diagnostic equipment. Instead, he stood still, observing. He asked Ethan to turn the ignition on, then off. He listened closely to the engine's response, the timing of the fuel pump, the faint hum of the electrical system. He placed his hand against the metal housing, feeling vibration and heat patterns most people ignored. Something didn't feel right. There was a subtle delay, small enough to escape standard testing, but consistent enough to raise concern. Everyone else had blamed advanced software or hidden mechanical defects. Daniel suspected the issue was simpler, buried in a component no one questioned because of its brand reputation. He traced the wiring, slowly, and stopped at an aftermarket battery isolator installed the previous year. On paper, it was flawless. In reality, it was placed where heat and load combined in a way no manual accounted for. At idle, it behaved perfectly. Under real conditions, it didn't. Daniel finally looked up. "I think I know where the problem starts," he said quietly. As the dock fell silent around him, Daniel asked for a small window of time. Nothing dramatic, just long enough to confirm his suspicion. Veronica crossed her arms, clearly unconvinced, but she waved her hand in agreement. At that point, she had nothing left to lose. The professionals who had failed before watched from a distance, curiosity slowly replacing their earlier dismissal. Daniel worked with steady focus. He didn't complain about the tight space or the outdated layout of the wiring bay. Sweat rolled down his face as he disconnected the battery isolator and examined it closely. The component itself wasn't defective in the usual sense. It was overheating under load, sending inconsistent signals once the boat reached higher power levels. The system interpreted those signals as a fault and shut everything down to protect itself. It was a smart system reacting to a poorly understood condition. From the back of his old pickup truck, Daniel retrieved spare wiring and a basic connector he always kept for emergencies. He assembled a temporary bypass, designed not as a final solution, but as proof. When he finished, his hands were dark with grease, and his shirt was soaked through. "Start it," he said simply. The engine came to life instantly. Minutes passed. 10, 15, no alarms, no hesitation. The marina grew quiet as the captain eased the boat away from the dock and guided it into open water. People checked their watches. They waited for the familiar failure. It never came. When the boat returned, running smoothly, Veronica removed her sunglasses slowly, her expression unreadable. One of the marine engineers stepped forward and inspected Daniel's work. His confidence faded as understanding replaced pride. "Under load, this would absolutely fail," he admitted. We never tested it this way. Daniel wiped his hands on a rag. Real problems don't always show up in controlled conditions, he said. They show up when pressure is applied. Veronica stood in silence for a long moment before speaking. Her voice was different now, quieter, steadier. I was wrong, she said. I judged without understanding. She offered to pay him more than any of the experts had charged. Daniel shook his head. Just take care of it properly, he replied. And remember who your son was watching today? Ethan smiled, pride clear in his eyes. As Daniel walked away from the dock, the same people who once overlooked him now watched with respect. He didn't leave behind a speech or a business card, only a working boat and a reminder that true intelligence often comes from experience, patience, and humility, not status.